Peace, peace. Divorce. You ever been in a situation where you was married to somebody and you wanted to leave? You ever been in a situation where you were a child and then your parents went through a divorce? Hmm. You ever been through a situation where you were with a partner and y'all was supposed to separate, but you didn't? Hmm. Divorce. Yep. I'm about to talk about something nobody wants to talk about. Divorce and why it's good for kids. I'm gonna blank out for a little bit in the beginning, then I'm gonna get back to my piece about how divorce is good for kids if you do it right, and how this is supposed to invoke a DNA explosion. You should share this video right here. It might help somebody who you know that's in a relationship that's toxic and they still holding on to it, and they holding on to it, and the only people that they injuring are the children. Press 2 if you share this video. Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm finna get at you. Men and women are some of the biggest liars on the planet. Husband and wives are big time liars. They get married for the wrong reasons. They don't love one another. Somebody got pregnant. Somebody wanted somebody to take care of them. Somebody wanted some type of security. Somebody had sex with them and then they couldn't fathom them having sex with someone else. Some children got made. And they used all these things as excuses to stay married and on to say I'm married. To say I'm married. Not really happily married, just I'm married. And guess what they do then? What they do then is you teach the child through your toxic ways. And then you go and tell everybody else. You go and whine and complain to your boyfriend or girlfriend or to your homie or whatever, and you say, I just don't know if this thing can work. When you know it can't work no way, anyway, from the first way, and then you go and lie like a bitch on your children and say we're staying married for the children. Sorry for my French, but you's a bitch. And that's on the male perspective and the female perspective, and not the female dog perspective. No. Not the profane way, but you in not wanting to be honest with yourself. You want to run and throw the children under the bus and say, I'm going to stay married in this toxic relationship for the children. Yo, that's a mental disorder. That's a mental disorder. So you want them to watch you for 18 years, be unhappy, be abused, watch you abuse the other person, watch you handle abuse with abuse. You want them to grow up watching this. Abuse and abuse and abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. And then you gonna turn around and stop and say, we stand together for the kids. Soon as they get out, we gonna get divorced. That's a mental disorder. So what did you do to the child for 18 years, for 12 years, for 15 years? What did you do? You effed up your child's mind. You effed up your child's mind because you were a liar. You didn't want to be honest with yourself. You liars are so lazy, so materialistic, so grounded in the nothingness. You're so fake. All of you who are in a relationship, in a marriage where there are children, and you know that you and the spouse are having a toxic relationship, and you say you're doing it for the children, Y'all a bunch of bitches. And you the worst thing that could ever have happened to that child. You're the worst thing that could ever have happened to that child. You one action away from being in an ideal relationship, an ideal situation. That one action is leaving the situation that you're in right now. Divorce is good for the child. You so self-centered. You people that's in marriages and you throw the child under the bus, you so self-centered that it's got to be all about you. That you continue to put this toxic BS in the consciousness of your child. You don't love your child. You a liar. You cannot love your child. Or you showing it the worst way. The way my mother and father showed me. I'm so happy and great. First off, you showed me that you would fight in front of me. You showed me that you'd fight in front of me, right? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You showed me that you would go for each other's throat over and over and over again. Then when you divorced, you showed me that it wasn't over, that you would continue to attack the other person. So that's how I would grow up to think that that's how normal relationships were, because that's how I would look at it. Y'all should have got divorced right after I was born. I always be on some, if they would have learned astrology, done this, if they would have done that. But you know what? Maybe y'all should have just got divorced earlier. You definitely shouldn't have got together. I would have got to planet Earth. I would have got here. But when do you go and divorce and say, we're going to divorce for the kids? When you going to divorce for the kids and think about somebody else for a second besides you? When you going to go and get divorced and say, you know what? I'm going to show my child that I'll do anything for my happiness. I'm going to show my child that I can be honest in every relationship with myself and with anybody else. And this is what I want my child to see. This is what I want my children to see. But no, the women say, how I'm going to make it out here. He's supposed to take care of me. He's supposed to do this. Let's open up the relationship. The men say, she's supposed to listen to what I say. You a punk ass leader. You a punk ass leader that ain't got no skills whatsoever. And you ain't blame your mother. Your mother caused it too. The weak ass dude, his mama was the problem because he didn't have no strong man to see when he was coming up. So the only thing that y'all should do is separate. Kristen says, I got out because I could no longer preach and not practice. I got out because I did not want them to think that mess was okay. See, that's a champion right there. That's a champion. That's a champion. Now her children are looking at her and say, you know what? You protected your happiness. Now we're going to see what you're going to do next. What you going to do next? You going to get in another relationship? They want to see what kind of relationship you're going to get into next. See, I can't always keep talking to the people who came up in the super nice households. There's some households out here that was effed up and the parents needed to divorce. And now there's a lot of divorces that are needed right now. There's a lot of divorces that are needed right now so you can go get with who can make you happy. See, look what the divorce does when you do it right. You leave the toxicity. Your child is watching all of this. Your child is just like watching this movie that you playing out. And they're seeing what you're going to do. And you say, you know what? I ain't happy. And I'm going to protect my happiness. And when you grow up, don't you never stay with nobody who don't make you happy, who doesn't enhance your happiness. Don't you never stay in a situation where you're not happy. And the child will be like, okay, mommy, okay, daddy. Okay. And then you go and you get divorced, and then you go over there and get with somebody else and get happy. And then your child will be like, that's how it's done. If one don't work, another will. Somebody please type that. If one don't work, another will. You teaching your child that you got to stay in this one crazy ass situation that's already dead until death do you part. And I want you to pass that down to my grandchildren and my grandchildren's grandchildren and my grandchildren's grandchildren's grandchildren. I'm really passionate about this particular subject. Might not get a bunch of views, might not be shared a lot, but divorce is good for children. Don't sit there and lie on the children and say, we're staying in it for the kids. You ain't doing nothing for the kids except damaging them because of your lies and your honesty. You're teaching them how to lie in a relationship, to stay in uncomfortable situations, to accept disrespect for the norm, to be unsexually satisfied. All these things is what you're teaching your children because you didn't want to get a divorce because you was a liar and a chump. And your parents, if you were in a household that your parents stayed in an unhappy relationship, then your mother and father were liars and chumps. Yeah, they were. My parents got divorced around 12. Am I upset? Hell no. They was fighting from like 7. They were just fighting back and forth. But they was fighting before my little brother was born. Yeah. My little brother was born at 8. They got divorced when I was 12. I think they started fighting when I was 6. So for 6 years, that's what I seen. Then for the years after that, until my father died, really now my mother still ain't forgave my father for whatever grudge she got against him. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you create dysfunctional children. But me, I took a whole lot of time to heal from that. So I ain't mad at them. That's a part of my spiritual journey. I had to forgive my mother and father for their dumb shit. I don't even worry about it now. It's over. Ain't nothing else I can do about it except heal me. I seen what it was, but it made me the magnificent relationship scientist and healer that I am today. Am I proud of their actions? Hell no, it's only good in a damn movie to make somebody emotionally get stirred. But when I see some people in a relationship and you ain't moving forward, but you say we got to do it for the kids, I ain't got enough money, woo, 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 you's a chump and a liar. That's the facts. Mine divorced when I was in the 3rd grade. There was no violence or fighting, but they weren't happy. I was quite upset about the divorce and rebelled a bit. Why did you rebel? Because they got divorced? That's your selfish nature. What did you rebel for? What was you upset because your parents got divorced? You should only get upset and rebel if your parents don't remarry. My mother and father didn't remarry. That's the only part I done forgave them for that too. But if I had a small issue, guess what? It would be with that. Because you showed me that you could fail in relationships and not try again. That's what my mother taught me. My mother taught me that through her. She got divorced and didn't remarry. I never ever seen my mama go on a date. I never seen my mother in the picture with another man who loved her growing up. The only pictures I have of my mother with a man who loved her was my father. And after I was 12, so my mama was like 35, 34. She was fine. I never saw my mother interact with another man that loved her after she divorced my father. Now I could be a little pissed at that. My father dated other women, but he was a womanizer. He never got his act together so he could remarry and show his son what the right way looked like. He could have got remarried and said, you know what? I didn't get it right with your mama, but I'm gonna get it right now. My mama said she could have said I didn't get it right with your daddy, but I'm gonna get it right now. But they both were quitters. They quit. And they just went to, I'm gonna feed you, I'm gonna pay the light bill when I die, I'm gonna leave you something, and you're gonna do what I say. Why should I have to? So I'm staying up under your roof, so I'm gonna do what you say, even though you teaching me the dumbest shit ever. My father was a G. I love him with all my heart. But when I get down to the super piece about it, what up, Nico? Right down to the super piece about it, my father was on some dumb shit because you didn't go and show me how to do a real relationship. If you don't show your children how to do a correct relationship, that's you failing as a parent. You failed. I get to say this. The person who's not married, who doesn't have any children, I get to say this because my parents failed me as parents because they did not show me how to do it right. Yo, I'm not interested in showing me how to get money and wealth and all these things. You don't show me how to create happiness inside your own household. Everything else is fake. Everything else is fake, yo. My father taught me strategy. I gotta look at it as fake strategy. He taught me how to think with a very critical mind. I put that into this particular message I'm delivering right now. My father taught me how to pray and how to submit to God. That's great, but you still didn't teach me how to be happy and be in a successful relationship. So you failed as a teacher. You failed as a teacher. You should have got divorced. You should have got another relationship, and you should have shown me how this works. For me in choosing, I really want to be married, but I ain't going to be married to no bullshit. And if I get married and make a mistake and get married to some bullshit, guess what? I'm out. I'm out because I'm not sacrificing my happiness for nobody. I'm not sacrificing my happiness. I can give up some things and sacrifice and make some moves for my children, but I'm not going to stay in an uncomfortable situation and then show them that this is what you should do. You should stay in an uncomfortable situation. I don't know if this is resonating with anyone. But could be not. This is my particular message, and I want to get this off my chest because I've been having a lot of clients come to me in relationships and they're afraid to leave. What you afraid to leave for? I just can't handle nobody else coming to tell me I'm staying for the kids. I can't handle that no more. I can't handle that no more. I can't hear it. I can't listen. I definitely do not honor you. Why would I honor a liar? There's other ways out there. There's some strategies that you can do to leave. How about you? Did you know that you just one relationship away from being with the one that can make everything okay, but you talking about I'm staying with the kids. I'm staying before the kids. You's a chump and a liar. I keep repeating that. Face fear. That's probably what the F is for. The F is for fear. Face the fear. Right. Face the fear. But I can't handle no more of you adults coming up here being in a situation where you showing your children that staying in a unhappy relationship is their future. That's what I gotta say about that. So I appreciate those of you who shared this video on your page. This is a real sensitive issue, real sensitive subject. I am not finished talking about it. Believe that. I'll be back with some, cause like, how do we do relationships, yo? You can't have a better relationship by continuing to do the same dumb shit. We're not prioritizing. We're not prioritizing what we're teaching, what we're passing down to our children. We're not. Are you passing down happiness? See, these intangibles you got to start passing down in your will. Get divorced. Be like, yo, my parents divorced. My mother remarried this amazing guy who treated her wonderful. She got stupid rich. My daddy found a woman who could nurture her. Oh, it's totally amazing. Totally what I learned from my parents getting divorced is all they had to do was look around and that everybody's not meant for everybody. Sometimes you make these mistakes and then you go off and just leave as friends and go off and just go and get to a better relationship. But, nah, we want to be vindictive before we leave and destroy the other person. So that's what you're showing too. Because my mama showed me and my sister and my brother through the court records. This is what you do. You break a man as hard as you can before you leave. You break him. You make him buy you out. I had these children for him, so he's responsible. So he's got to give me cash, and I'm not going to do. I'm going to be adversarial as we raise these children together. Yeah, my mama failed. She had a classic fail. Yeah. Yep. Did I forgive her? Yeah, but did it take a lot for me to forgive her? I harbored a whole bunch of pain and anger around my mother and how she did my father and how she did in situations. They ain't divorced. And look, even if you divorce wrong, fix it later. Separate so you can get some space, so then you can fix it later. These jokers divorced and never fixed it. Never. I call that the tennis shoe method. If you just get in a situation and then put some tennis shoes on and say, this is the way I fix relationships, I get in the tennis shoe method and just run. Then you're going to run into the exact same thing in the next relationship. My mother and father never got into another relationship. So I never grew up. I grew up seeing cool relationships on in other people's families, on television. And then when I got older, when I got out of high school and left and went to college, left home and started like visiting other people for Thanksgiving and holidays and seeing other relationships, that's when I started researching and was like, yo, what is it that they're really doing right here that's making their thing work? And they'll be like, oh, this is my second wife. Oh, that's my stepdad. Or such and such. Divorce can be the answer, you too, for your own spiritual evolution. A lot of y'all on a spiritual path going this way, and the partner is not moving at all, and you just moving, and they trying to drag the partner along. Y'all ain't moving together like this. You dragging the partner along. The partner started shutting down. You started pulling off. They tried to pull you back, and y'all in here struggling this power struggle. You trying to be spiritual. Your wife is trying to do something else, but then since she got kids and she's threatening you, you let a person threaten you. You got in a situation where a threat determined your life. That's ridiculous to me. Then you say, oh, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to get the person on the side. I'm going to do this. Everybody does this. Wow. Wow. All that stuff is like quite insane to me. So that's my message for today. I got some more. I got to go do this interview for my man Martin. Give me something to eat real quick. I appreciate everybody who stayed to the end for this one right here. Divorce for the kids, baby. Divorce for them kids. Don't sit there and just go back and watch the replay. If you just got here, go back and watch the replay from the beginning. I definitely hope this helped. I'm gonna say a prayer for all of you all who come from divorced families. We definitely need a lot of healing. Say a prayer for those who thinking about going through a divorce. You need the confidence to do it, but you're doing the right thing. You already know the relationship been dead. Ask yourself on an emotion, what number on a scale of 1 to 10 do you and your partner connect? If it ain't 8, 9, or 10, you're in the wrong relationship. It's got to be a 7 on a bad day, maybe a 6. But if you just walk around and you say, yo, it's a 5, me and my partner are on a 5 emotional connection level, that means on a bad day, it could be a 3, 2, or a 1. You use the sucker. Use the sucker, yo. Ridiculous. I don't know why some of y'all clapping, why some of y'all saying thanks, or why some of y'all give me the prayer hands. Hey, but I appreciate it. This is a message that's off my heart. My particular philosophy is, yo, when I get the download come, I just spit it out there. Divorce is good for the children. You don't understand? Go back and watch the beginning of this video. Word up. Anabakor, Gidjalaki Minka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Taharanu Nara, Nagibor, the Shea Yakadega, Kabavai Shamran, Barkam Taram, Rakame, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamlan, Kasim Kadosh, Bararu Tufka, Nahelata Taker, Keep your head and Chapanez, Ukrega Tushka Taker, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamo, Production, Kovo Makuto, Alam Vaed. Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazon Gama Farragoon, Shalel Kaloum. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istanje Elaku. Ooh, I just had a powerful download just now. Salute, fam. I'ma holler at y'all. Peace.